It's two of, if not the two smartest players in the league from basketball perspective. So your basketball IQ, and by the way, Lonzo is one of the highest basketball IQs of any rookie that I've seen, but arguably the two smartest players in the league. And we've heard LeBron talk right after the season. To beat Golden State, you need not just athletes, but you need guys with the minds to beat Golden State. And Rondo has had some amazing playoff moments. I remember Rondo played in a series with Boston when LeBron was still with Cleveland, where you can argue he outplayed LeBron in that series when Rondo, I think, was in year 3. Now, he can't shoot, and he's a hesitant shooter, if not an outright reluctant shooter. That part makes it not an ideal fit, but I understand the fit. I understand why LeBron want to play with him.
Please tell me I'm in a time machine, because Rondo with LeBron, man, that sounds great. They're going to dominate the East. LeBron going back to a few more championships. That would be a hell of a move if they were in the East, right? Him joining
or if it was 10 years ago.
No. Him joining the Cavs. If LeBron had opted in 1 year, they get Rondo, backup point guard option, can fill in, gonna make him a little more mentally. But being in the West with the Lakers, like, Nick, I know you're a puzzle. Jenna talked about putting the puzzle together. I know you're a puzzle person with your girls. You ever try to get that puzzle together and be like, man, they didn't give me a couple pieces. Like they didn't give me all.
They didn't give me my 3-point marksman.
It ain't as bad as that. It's bad. It's not a great fit, but I actually do like it, because if you look at Rondo and you kind of take his history test, what he's done in the last 3 or 4 years. Look at Dallas. His career could have went down the drain. Rick Carlisle benched him.
Yeah, they had that moment there. Yes.
Only played 46 games. The next year, averaged 11 assists a game.
And was great in Chicago.
Yep.
You can argue they would have beat the Celtics in that series.
Let me tell you what makes it great. Rondo's going to be great in the locker room for the young guys, the way the team is assembled right now. Remember, Rondo stepped up in Chicago when Dwayne Wade and Jimmy Butler decided to go at those young guys. And Rondo stepped up and went at them publicly and said, look, you guys got to start practicing. Don't go at them. These guys are working hard.
Great point. Great example.
And also, he's won championships, and he's played with 3 Hall of Famers, Paul Pierce, Ray Allen, Kevin Garnett. He's going to be able to play with LeBron with no problem. LeBron's best when he's playing with veteran guys that can play. Kind of reminds me a little bit of Eric Snow. Remember when he had Eric Snow with him? That probably was like this kind of the best comparison. And Rondo will come off the bench or start, whatever way you want to do. And he's playing his best basketball right now.
I want to add one other point. LeBron, one of the reasons LeBron wanted Ty Lue as his coach is because Ty Lue, because of their relationship, was not afraid to challenge LeBron. Famously, Game 7 of the NBA Finals in 2016, Ty Lue goes into the locker room and says, LeBron, we need more from you. LeBron coming off back-to-back 41-point games. LeBron was angry in the moment and says to, I think, Channing Frye, like, what's he talking about? And Channing says, he's right. Like, we need more from you, LeBron, and they go out and win the title. LeBron hasn't had a player that could do that since he was with Wade. Obviously, Luke Walton can't do that. I do not think Rondo is afraid to challenge LeBron James. Like, they had a rivalry on the court. Rondo's never been afraid of anybody. Like, Rondo is a guy that they can bring in and will meet LeBron eye to eye.
He's the one guy that kept, Boogie. I think he got that relationship between Boogie and Anthony together.
Yes.
I think if you look at that, he was the one that kind of, hey, look, we're going to get you guys together, play together, let me orchestrate this thing. And it kind of worked out really well in New Orleans. I actually was shocked that he didn't sign back with New Orleans.
And one thing encouraging, you got to be encouraged by his overall shooting from the three-point line. Nick, as you mentioned, the last 2 years.
Well, the fact that it went from being where he would take less than 1 a game and shoot it at 25% to where now he shoots about 2 a game, around 35%.
Only thing that bothers me about Rondo's offensively is his free throw shooting.
Oh, it's terrible.
It's been bad. He's like 60% for his career. He hasn't been well. He hasn't shot the free throw line well at all in the last 3-4 years. That bothers me a little bit. But besides that, offensively, he's not going to be a guy that's going to make 4 or 5 threes. He's going to be who he's going to be.
But speaking of shooting, the one thing that the Lakers want to do is surround LeBron James with shooters. So between the guys they have now and the guys they brought in, there's no one on this roster that shot 40% last year. That's going to be a problem for LeBron. I know how much help he's going to be in the locker room, Rondo, and maybe Lance Stevenson, some of the other veterans. But doesn't he need more help on the court?
He needs shooters. But one thing I do like about Rondo signing and Lance Stevenson signing, these guys can create their own shot and get shots for others.
Yes.
He hasn't had that. Obviously when Kyrie left, he didn't have that last year. And you saw him struggle a little bit, having to make plays for everybody. With these 2 guys, he don't have to make plays for everybody. We know Lance Stevenson a little erratic, but he is a good passer. Yeah. He's a guy that's had triple-doubles in his career.
Yeah, I don't believe the best situation for LeBron is just to have shooters, because when you just have shooters, there is going to be a lack of defense that you have to exchange. The greatest shooters in the world, one of them sitting right next to me. When they go past half court, something happened to their intensity. So LeBron has won, and he has spread the court, and he's utilized his playmaking ability. But going forward, what LeBron James needs is athletes. He needs guys that can get up and down the court and can get some easy buckets compared to trying to rely on a half-court set. So LeBron has thrived with older shooters. Over the last 4 years, look at how many times LeBron had the oldest team in basketball. With now it being in the West, he needs to be more athletic. So I believe being with guys like Kuzma and Lonzo, they help him. I believe the biggest problem that they have now with the Lakers is, you mentioned Rondo. Rondo struggles, Ball struggles shooting free throws. So at the end of the game, who has the basketball, or do you put them on the bench and have LeBron to be the primary ball handler?
And I will say, listen, I didn't love Kentavious Caldwell-Pope for $12 million, but he shot 5.5 threes a game at 38%. Right now, Brandon Ingram's still on the team.
Yes.
He's 39%. Go ahead.
He could defend, though. Pope might be more on the defensive end to have a legitimate two-guard that can defend.
For sure. I just think in the market this year, I think it was a bit of an overpay. But regardless, my point is, right now, and then Kuzma was 37% last year, you would expect him to improve slightly. Now, people are like, well, some of those guys are going to be traded for Kawhi. Man, Kawhi's last healthy year was 43%. Like, Kawhi is he's turned himself into an outstanding shooter. So they're not overrun with shooters. It's not the bench unit they had in Miami where you could put in James Jones before he was a mummy, and Mike Miller and Shane Battier. But you have some shooting there for LeBron.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from First Things First, or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.